Hey, I'm Sean from stainlesssteelbacksplash.com. We offer a wide range of stainless steel mosaic tile, copper tile, and aluminum mosaic tile for kitchen backsplashes, bathroom backsplashes, fireplace surrounds, basically any application you want. Today we're going to be doing an installation on this particular fireplace between the field tiles on the left and right, and choosing a vertical, I mean we laid it horizontally as well, but a vertical stainless steel tile that's going to lay all the way up, and then we're going to have a TV obviously up here on top of the fireplace. Now instead of using a typical tile adhesive or lightweight wall mortar, which can get kind of messy, is I'm going to be trying this product made by Custom. It's called Simple Mat, and it's actually a tile setting mat. So instead of a regular adhesive that you have to spread and put your raised lines in, you'll just use this mat, apply it, and then it's actually a secondary adhesive on the back, and you just press the tile right into it. So obviously it's a quicker job and it's less mess, and it's a pretty good application for something like this. So let's get started. So once you've cut your first piece of matting to fit, you're just going to apply it over the substrate and use a grout float or a trowel or something like that just to work it in and get all the bubbles out of the back. Alright, so now that we're done the simple mat installation, you can see the fireplace is completely covered in the material. The next thing to do would be to start adhering tile. Now we've chosen a kind of complicated tile in the fact that it doesn't start with a straight edge, and we're starting right here. So what I'm going to actually have to do is cut the majority of the tile off here so we have a nice straight edge to start with. So let's go to the tile saw and get that done. So this is a very basic diamond tip saw. It's a wet saw, which means that there's a water compartment underneath that coats the saw blade in water. Now this serves two purposes. Primary purpose is to keep any dust down when you're cutting ceramic, or I mean in this case there's still a porcelain based backer on this tile, so it keeps the dust down. But also in the case of this stainless steel, it actually keeps the blade a little bit cooler so it doesn't burn the metal. So I'd always recommend you using a proper blade guard, which isn't on here, and a pair of safety glasses, because if any of this stuff gets in your eyes, it's not going to be very fun. So let's get started. So what can happen when cutting stainless steel or any metal tile with a diamond tip saw or any saw is you can get burring on the edges, which kind of creates this nice sharp melted sort of metal. So what you would just do is in this case use a fine file, your metal file that you would just get at any hardware store, and just basically use it on the side of the tile, not touching the top of the tile but just using the edges to get those burrs off. So the next step is, once we have the tile cut and deburred, is to attach to the wall. So basically the first thing you want to do is take the adhesive paper protection off the Simple Mat backing by just peeling it away. And I would just do this as you need to. Taking our first tile, which we had cut, and lining it up. Making sure it lines up really straight with the field tile here. And giving it a nice press into the wall so it makes good contact. And then we just continue with the next tiles, interlocking them as needed. Alright, so the tile's set on the wall, and the very last step would be to grout it. Now, the key thing to remember when grouting stainless steel, copper, aluminum, or even a glass tile is that you want to use an unsanded or non-sanded grout, which basically means the grout does not have sand in it. If it has sand in it and you apply it to the face of the tile, you're going to end up scratching the surface. It's not going to look very good when it's done. So I'm using a product by Mappy, and it's a unsanded polymer-based grout. And this works really well on any stainless steel, even glass mosaics. Now, it's pretty simple to mix. They tell you instructions, just adding water. So get a bucket that you're not going to use, get into some clothes that you don't really care about because it's kind of the messiest part of the process. You can use a stir stick or a large spoon or something like that to mix it up really well. In my case, I've got one of these powered mixer attachments for my drill, so I'm just going to use that. Alright, so we're back inside and ready to put the grout onto the tile. For this process, it's pretty easy. All you need is a grout float, which is basically a padded trowel. You can get this at any hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, stuff like that. You're going to need a bucket of clean water and then some clean sponges. Now, sponges are going to allow you to wipe the excess grout off a little bit down the line in this process. I'm going to show you how to start putting the grout on the tile and working in. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is take your grout float and basically grab some grout from your bucket and then just basically apply it, working it sideways and up and down into all these seams and crevices of the tile. Not really a hard process, but as you can see, it does get a little bit messy. And you just want to kind of work it every way you can to make sure that you get good coverage and good filling of the grout into the crevices of the mosaic. And you basically just continue the entire project until it's all done, and then we'll take it to the next step. Alright, so now that we've got all the grout applied, the last thing to do is wait 20 minutes to half an hour from where you first started, and just start wiping it off with a damp sponge. And you're going to have to do frequent water changes because there's quite a bit of excess grout on here. And basically it's just that, wiping away, wiping away. You'll typically have to wipe the entire thing down 3 to 4 times by the time the residue in the grout is completely gone. And it's just basically manual labor. Just keep going at it until you get all the excess grout off. So this is what it looks like after 3 or 4 wipe downs. As you can see the haziness coming back after it dries. And that's basically just the key. You just got to keep wiping it down. I've just completed the final wipe down of our fireplace, and as you can see, there's no more grout residue left. This pretty much completes the tile installation. Now, after watching this video, if you don't feel confident doing this yourself, don't worry. There's many tile installers you can find online, through local stores, Angie's List, Craigslist, so on and so forth, that can definitely install this tile. Anyone that's done mosaics, even floor tile before, can work with our stainless steel tile. Now, if you have any questions or are interested in our products, whether it be copper, aluminum, or stainless steel, visit us at stainlesssteelbacksplash.com. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your installation.